the protectors of the Wood Adventure Series. Episode number 180. The Wonderful Surface of the Earth.
Ready? Are you ready?
Abby nodded, her mind focused. Chi-Chi moved ahead. She began to notice her environment again. The tunnel was still claustrophobic, but now had the smell of dirt. She began to hear faint sounds again, but different than before.
It's the sound of crickets. What a lovely sound.
Roots emerged from the sides of the tunnel. The roof was reinforced with thick wooden posts. She saw what looked like a brown rectangle and reached up to feel it with her hand. There were planks of wood, old but still solid. She studied it carefully, thinking it might be a trap door to a basement above them. Two small, dark shapes scampered by in the corner of her eye.
Rats!
She hurried to catch up with Chi-Chi. He was waiting and holding up two fingers. He pointed to a narrow side passage, barely wide enough for one person to squeeze through.
It's for you. Only for you.
Abby moved sideways into a tiny room that had reassuring signs of human convenience, a home-like atmosphere. There was a bookshelf with books. Ancient 4x4 posts stood in each corner, supporting cross beams and a wooden ceiling. An old oil lamp stood in the center of a small table. The chair still had 4 legs. She longed to sit down and get the feel of the room. And now that the time had come, she felt a deep reluctance to part from the mapstick and the briefcase. Her father's maps would be a disaster in the wrong hands.
Should I find a different hiding place? And the mapstick is almost like a person. Would it be okay? Would it be lonely? What if, God forbid, someone else found it and took it away?
Chi-Chi snapped his fingers at the doorway and hissed. Abby quickly took the long, ribbon-like length of cloth from her backpack and wrapped the mapstick, leaving the top uncovered. With the light still shining, she saw a space behind one of the fabulous old corner posts.
Maybe the mapstick will feel at home here. I hope you're okay. I'll finish wrapping and you'll be almost invisible back there. And yes, the light is gone. All is dark. I slide the mapstick into place. No one could find it. The briefcase back there too, under loose dirt, dust, and small stones. Powers that be, please, protect the mapstick and the briefcase. Please.
Abby almost ran into Chi-Chi, waiting in the passageway. He slowly pulled her through the dark. After a few minutes, he pushed her gently down on her knees and placed her hand gripping the cuff of his pants. Then he crawled slowly forward, moving uphill in a curve. Abby could feel roots growing in the sides of the narrow tunnel. The sound of crickets grew louder and louder until it seemed like a joyous song of the whole living world, a welcome home from Mother Nature, just for her, celebrating her arrival back to the wonderful, irreplaceable surface of the earth. Chi-Chi gently pushed aside something heavy above his head. A pale glimmering of moon and starlight glowed in the darkness through leaves and plants. The scent of green growing things made Abby feel like weeping with joy. He silently slid out under a thick mass of vines and brambles. Abby followed, loving the feel of the dirt in her hands. Chi-Chi pointed to a low crawl space under the vines ahead. Abby was thinking,
Yes, I know exactly where I am. The fallen tree is there, and the children's cave is over there. And Chi-Chi silently gives me a kiss on the cheek, and he slips backward down the hole. Not a sound. And so this stone is so important. Large, dark, flat, perfect to slide over the hole and cover it with dirt, leaves, and brambles. And I'm under the brambles and into the back of the children's cave and under the vines. Listen, Abby. Crickets. Crickets. And the owl says hello. I'm home.
There were no signs of people. A dim sliver of moon was covered by clouds and moved in a wind high above. Huck's office had a light on. Abby walked slowly to the side door and knocked softly, and then once more. She waited. Slowly the door opened, and there was Tuck in a bathrobe and slippers. He stared in disbelief, pulled her inside and closed the door.
Abby, for once, I'll break a rule.
He gave her a big hug.
Oh, you don't know how glad I am to see you. Come in, come in.
She followed him into the kitchen and set down her backpack.
Oh, we're both lucky I'm still awake. It's only because I'm obsessing over that paperwork in my office. Your mother has made some discoveries by studying old files in the basement. Oh, but I should get my mind off myself. You must be hungry.
Yes, please, food of any kind, and cider.
Oh, of course, of course.
He began laying out apples, bread, cheese, cider, and offered to make an omelet.
Oh, wonderful.
She washed her hands and arms, poured cider and sliced apples. Tuck stopped slicing an onion and stared at her.
I just can't believe it. There you are. I see you've had quite a day. Quite a journey. All that dirt you just washed off. Well, I'm relieved you know about that. Secret of the churchyard. One more worry off my list. You can see one of the many uses of our backyard of wild nature, but let's never mention it. Ask whatever you need to for now, and then go to sleep.
I need a plan for tomorrow.
Yes, that should be our first order of business. But help me out. I don't know where to start.
Well, does anything prevent me from simply picking up where I left off? I mean, can I live in the cottage rent-free, work as the church gardener, and hopefully work mornings at the preschool?
Tuck beamed a wide smile.
Now that's a question I can answer. Yes, you can do all those things. In that sense, nothing has changed. Maybe even improved. Rob left a phone message with Janet yesterday that they need you at the preschool as soon as you return.
Ha! A piece of the puzzle falls into place.
You know, even though it seems you've been gone a month or a year, it's only been 4 days. You disappeared on Sunday, and now it's just Wednesday night. But of course, many things have happened, and you'll be glad to hear mostly good things.
Hands down, we'll never make it through this place alive. We never knew that the avenue went down this awful dive. Hang on, I can't see no bottom, getting ready to fall. No time to pray, and I'll just say my love to you all. The beauty of time passing, it flies before our eyes. We never saw in this way before the wonder of our lives. Everything to love, everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. Give us a chance, we'll never forget the truth we're seeing now. We'll fight for this world on and on, deep into the great beyond. There's everything to love, everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. See the years for life to grow, 1 billion more for all we know. Working through the pain and fear, see the world through your tears. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. Trillions of living things are everywhere around. Our lives are all planted deep into the sacred ground. There's everything to love, everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here.
Trillions of living things are everywhere around. Our lives are all planted deep into the sacred ground. There's everything to love and everything to fear. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. It's planet Earth in the universe, and nature lives here. And nature lives here.